Let's make some plant-based brookies that are refined sugar-free. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we're making a delicious little treat. Because things are feeling kind of crazy out there in the world, we could really use some comfort and some healthy goodies. So instead of reaching for that box of Oreos, which I know we all love, let's make something healthy that's nourishing but still makes you feel like you're being spoiled. So this recipe was a suggestion from one of our viewers, Julia DeLuca. So this is for you, Julia. She wrote to me last week and asked if I had ever heard of a brookie, which I hadn't. So I looked it up and bing, 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 bing. Yes, we're making these. So this is my version of a brookie. So we're going to start with the cookie layer, which is actually on the top, just so that we don't have to clean our food processor. So we're going to start with, this is 1 can of cannellini beans that I've already rinsed and drained. And I've got 1 cup of decadent dates that are pitted. And if you buy pitted dates at the store, don't be fooled. You still need to check all of those dates to make sure there's no pits, because every once in a while you're going to get a pit in there. This is 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And this is just a peanut butter that's just roasted peanuts and a little bit of salt. And I have 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and that's it for this part. And we're going to wait to add in our chocolate chips till after, because we don't want those to blend up in that mixture. So this is going to take a little bit of patience. You know, you're going to have to probably spin it and scrape it down, spin it and scrape it down quite a few times until you get that really nice cookie batter texture. Okay, there we go. Look at that creaminess. All right, so pull that out. Make sure we get all of that in there. Okay. And then you're going to put this in your bowl, because we're just going to stir our chocolate chips into it. And you don't have to get, you don't have to clean this out then, because we can use it for the brownie mixture next, because it's a lot of the similar ingredients and it won't affect it at all. All right, now I have 1 cup of unsweetened chocolate chips. And you can use whatever sweetened or whatever chocolate chips you want. There are a couple brands, I believe, that don't have or that aren't sweetened with refined sugars. They're sweetened with dates. There's one at Whole Foods called Just Date, and I can't remember the name of the other, but this is Santa Barbara chocolate, which we will have a link in the recipe. That's what we will link it to. Just stir your chocolate chips in there good, and then you're going to need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. All right, there we go. So now we're just going to set this aside. Now I'm going to get my ingredients for the brownie layer. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, now for our brownie layer. So this is 1 can of black beans, the same rinsed and drained, 1 cup of decadent dates, a 1/2 cup of walnuts, but you could use whatever nut really. You could use cashews or pecans, they'll all work the same. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. And we also have 3 tablespoons of an unsweetened soy milk, but you can use whatever plant-based milk you like. But we're going to add that once this gets all blended together. It's going to be a bit dry. So at the end, we're going to just slowly, like a tablespoon at a time, add the soy milk into your food processor while it's running. All right, there we go. There's our brownie mixture. Okay, I'm gonna grab my brownie pan and the cookie dough, and then we'll assemble. All right, so we're gonna put our brownie mixture first into the bottom of a pan, and I've already lined my brownie pan with a piece of parchment just so that it doesn't stick. And when you take them out, it's nicer that you can just pull the parchment out and you have a flat, you know, a big cookie that you can cut into equal parts instead of trying to get them out of that pan. So I just wetted down my parchment a little bit, wadded it up, and then it's easier to form into your pan. And this is a very, very sticky mixture. It's not like a typical brownie batter where it's like you can kind of pour it into a pan. This is very, very thick. And it takes a little bit of work to get it evenly down in that pan, but it's so worth it. Okay, so now for our cookie layer. And I rinsed my spatula off just so that it will be a little bit cleaner and I don't smear brownie over in my cookie mixture. So just plop it right on top. And spread it around just the same. Whew, okay, there we go. It is ready to go. But before we put that into the oven, be sure to give this video a like because it really does help the show get out there to more people. All right, so we're going to stick this into the oven for 50 minutes. Okay, guys, it is out of the oven if you want to come in for a look. All right, I'm going to let this cool for a few minutes and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. Okay, let's go in for a taste. These smell so good. Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. Mm-hmm. Whosever idea this was to put a cookie and a brownie together, fantastic. You are gonna love it. Come on back next week for another great recipe.